Well, we have recovered from our impact somewhat. I just pulled everything out that I normally pull out, which is way too much, and I apologize. I'm a little frustrated and a little annoyed, mostly because I had seen this spot here, which I kind of felt like I was going to end up turning around and picking anyway, which I did. And if I wouldn't have continued on up the road this way, I wouldn't have hit that soft spot. And yeah, I still need to crawl underneath the van. I feel like something's funny with the front end, but I haven't really had enough time to, you know, be on level ground to know what's going on with that. So again, apologize for being so frustrated and flustered. I probably shouldn't even be filming, but just kind of wanted to keep you along with the experience. I was able to get things straightened out in here. The kitchen table, the rear joint did break on it, but it's kind of just braced up against the wheel well, so that should hold. I need to, you know, finish this build anyway, so I'll probably be removing some of this stuff when it comes time to finalize it. That was the initial plan. That's why I just kind of temporarily tacked in all the ceiling paneling. When I do my cabinets here, that's gonna all have to come out and be refitted. So anyway, yeah, just a minor hiccup. And yeah, probably will be staying away from the dirt roads a little bit, or not going in as far as I did. That was what I was afraid of, and I knew it would probably be an issue this early in the year. We're having a late spring, as everyone knows. So I'm just glad I'm not stuck, and I'm actually set up at a camp. Well, it's about 9 a.m. I did get an early start this morning. I'm finished up with breakfast and got everything all cleaned up. I think I'm going to go ahead and pack up the van and move on out of here. This was just an overnight spot here in the Green Mountain National Forest. Although I am going to continue to explore the Green Mountain National Forest. It's a pretty big area, so I'm going to continue a little bit more north and see what I can find. And there is absolutely no cell signal out here, so I'm going to stop in town and get back to some emails and do a little research, and then move on to my next spot to do a little exploring. It's early enough in the day, so I think I can kind of check out a few different areas. This was nice. It was very quiet and peaceful here, but just very limited camping opportunities as far as pull-off spots off the side of the forest road here. So anyway, thank you, Branch Pond Access Road. This was a nice spot. We'll move on. National Forest Recreation Area. Hapgood Pond. They are closed. All right. That didn't work out. I wonder when they open. I'm used to out west, the seasons usually start around April, but I bet you it's June here, or after, what do I want to say, Memorial Day. Here's a Forest Road sign, Forest Road 10, road closed. Too early in the year. No parking here, plowed turnaround. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come up with something. I don't know what to do. Got a gate closed. It's just too early in the season, guys. This is one of the things I was worried about, and you know, there's really nothing I can do. I have a time frame for my job in Alaska that I need to be back in Maine to park the van to fly out. You know the story. So it's making, I would assume that in another month or come the 1st of June, this is probably going to be open. But as it sits now, I'm not able to get through. So there was a little day use picnic area up the road. It's now 6 p.m. I am just completely exhausted. I'm having trouble focusing on the road. So I'm going to turn around, pull into the day use area, and just stay there Hopefully no one will bother me, and if so, I'll just ask whatever official knocks on the door what I can do, where I can park overnight. Well, this overnight in the parking lot went okay. There was no one pulled in here, no knock on the door. It was actually pretty peaceful. I'm right by the highway here. I think that's Route 3, and there's a little bit of traffic there now, but it was pretty quiet overnight. So I did reposition the van. I kind of centered myself so I wasn't totally obvious that I was here, because technically there is no overnight parking allowed. But I just had a bad day yesterday. I spent a little bit too much driving and didn't have my route planned out and my camps planned out well enough. So by the end of the day, I was just really frustrated and just needed to pull over and stop, which is how I ended up here. So I got up early this morning. My cell phone does not have any service, but my Verizon Jetpack does. My cell service is with Cricket Wireless, so there's a lot of spots they don't. It's seeming like up in the mountains I don't get a good signal. Verizon's good, so I got on the internet and looked up some other campgrounds. It looks like there is a pay campground, Sugarloaf Campground, that's open this time of year. So I'm gonna go check them out, see what their rates are. Actually, well, I'd give them a call if I had a cell signal. Can't do that. So I'm gonna head over there in a little bit, get some coffee going here, and might even go for a hike on this trail. There's a ski trail loop that looks like it's just a couple miles, so that might be good for me to do. Get out and get into nature. All right, we'll check in a little bit. National Forest camping, that's us. Let's see, what do we got? Ceiling, yep, closed. I'll be danged. I would have thought for sure this one would be open. Yeah, it's just too dang early in this season. I still don't have cell service. I did go through a little town, Twin Mountain. I think I'm gonna go up and see if I can find a payphone or something. I do need to get in touch with my family in Maine, just to give them a heads up how close I am. Yeah, this is crazy. Nothing is open. Wow, these White Mountains are amazing. Look at that. Looks like we're coming up on our campground here. Fingers crossed that it is actually open. This is part of the Crawford Notch State Park. Dry River Campground, 1/2 mile. That's what we're looking for. And it's right near these this falls trail. So I think I'll once I get checked in, come back down here and do that hike. I need to get out. I need to get out, do some hiking, and enjoy all this beauty.
In a 1/4 mile, your destination will be on the right.
Camping with reservation. I don't have a reservation, but there's nobody here. I don't see anyone camping. Looks like there's one car. Oh my gosh, finally a campground that is actually open. I did not think it would be this difficult. Well, we're gonna go for a little hike here. I just came to a trailhead down the road from the campground, and I believe there's a waterfall at the end of this. Well, here's a little map of the trails here. I believe we are down here, I guess. We're gonna go over to these falls. It looks like you could possibly do this loop for this Frankenstein cliff, which is this way. Well, this is a pretty solid elevation gain so far. Short trail, but on the way up, definitely doing a good incline. Yep, looks like the bridge is out. We have to find an alternate route here. Let's see if we can do this. Looks like there's still a few patches of snow up here too. Well, we made it to the falls. Check this out. Spectacular. I'll be danged.